guys, welcome back to my garden. I have another garden tour a couple days late. This will be July, but it'll be posted August 1st and 2nd probably. If you're new here, my name is Laurie and I live in gardening zone 7A in northern Utah. It's a beautiful evening. We have some things that are looking a little tired, some things that are happy and thriving, and July is just kind of a hard time for the garden. So I'll show you things that are happy, some that aren't, and we'll just take a walk through my garden. Thanks for coming along with me. Let's turn the camera around and I'll show you the backyard. We'll start out here in the backyard facing the house. We do have a few lawnmowers going, but I have my mic, so hopefully you can hear me. I just need to film this right now before it gets much darker. The hanging baskets are doing so much better. I have Super Tunia bubblegum, jazzberry, and silverberry, and since I've been fertilizing them more regularly because I've been home more, they're doing so much better, and I sprayed for budworms, so everything's just a lot happier. I still have some issues with budworms, though. They're quite prevalent this year, but that's because I haven't really been super great about spraying once a week. So I'm trying to do that now, but I am so happy with this. Let me give you this view of this. It's so pretty. It's everything I envisioned, this little area right here with the mini Vista White Super Tunia. They're a Super Tunia that's a little bit more compact, and so I like that they're kind of staying contained. I'm really wanting just compact flowers lately, and it looks really nice with the boxwoods and then the cool tone of the Dusty Miller. I have some Dusty Miller and some new look Dusty Miller. This is the regular Dusty Miller that I have, and then this is the new look Dusty Miller. So I love the leaves of these, and the color is so pretty. I like that they're not too frilly, but just a little frilly, and it's fun to have both kinds. This one's a little more silvery than the other one, and then I just love all the cool tones in here. This is the Sally Fun Salvia, and it's just looking so pretty. Don't even have to deadhead this, and it still just looks really nice. So really happy with this area. I'm definitely a big fan of the mini vistas. I did turn the sprinklers on for just a minute to check something, so they're a little bit smashed down right now. And I fertilized them today and sprayed for budworms this week, and so I think when I get back in town in 4 or 5 days, they'll look even happier. But so pretty, really happy with that. I did some selective deadheading with my Back to the Fuchsia Salvia, and I'm so happy with that. I've had many more blooms. Such a better approach to be more selective than to just like chop it halfway down. Got lots of more blooms out of that. Then I have some zinnias here. Can't remember the exact variety. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen here, but they have done so well here, and it's such a dry spot, and I love them along my stairs here. Such a big fan of these low growing ones. I'm definitely going to try to incorporate more of those next year. In fact, maybe I'll do a mixture of zinnias in here and dahlias or something. I don't know, I'd like to try something new, although I've really enjoyed this combo here. So that's really fun. Earlier this month, I pulled out my regular lamb's ear because they were driving me insane. I finally got so tired of them, and I replaced them with the Helen von Stein's lamb's ear, which I think I'm going to be happier with. It's just a little more contained, a little more compact, not as wild, still giving you that silvery look, and so I think I'm going to be really happy with that. My creeping thyme is doing okay. It's looking a little chlorotic. I think I need to come in here and give it a little bit of iron, and hopefully that will kind of perk that up. It did kind of die back a little bit this year, but it's one of my favorite things next to my stairs. I also have some hens and chicks and some pink ground cover baby's breath, which I absolutely love. It blooms on and off all summer. It flushes probably 4 times, and I just love it next to my stairs here. Here we have some gorgeous knockout roses. I think this year is going to probably be their last year. I really want some plants to ground my space, and so I think I want to put some kind of evergreen bushes in here, but they look really stunning right now. I did spray them a few times for aphids using Captain Jack's, and it's really cleaned them up, and they're just really happy and healthy right now. So pretty. I love the color of these. So this is making me second guess my plan that I planned last week, but we'll see. And look how beautiful they are with the white swan marigolds that I started from seed this spring. So pretty. I love these. We'll take a look at the other side once the sun goes down a little bit. But right now everything's just kind of glowy with that sun, but we'll see the other side because it's really pretty. I have some purple flowers underneath, but man, so stunning when you look out here. I just absolutely love this combo. I have plans to change this area up to this fall, so that will be really fun. I do have some lavender snapdragons, the Potomac variety, I believe, that I've cut back. They've already bloomed. They'll give us some blooms probably in August garden tour. Let's go along over here by our pine garden and work our way around as the sun goes down. We have our 2 pots here that still are having problems with budworms. So they're not looking 100%, but they're still looking pretty good from what they were. We've had quite a few more blooms. I have this gorgeous Priscilla Super Tunia. Oh, look at that. Speaking of budworms, look at that sucker. Oh. I'm gonna spray again for those. They are such a pain in the butt. I'm gonna squish it. Sorry, guy. But they will just eat your flowers. That's why you gotta spray here, especially in Utah. And let's see, let's find, just like this one's been munched on. Yep, that's when you know you have them. They'll eat these before they even start to bloom. So we'll take care of that. But it's still looking really pretty, giving us some blooms. I've got the persimmon, and then I have the Bermuda Beach right here, which is really pretty, with the white angelonia on the top. Just can't seem to get rid of these budworms. But I'm glad I was able to show you one of those. And then I'm really loving this year this dark purple. This is the Royal Velvet Super Tunia. Such a pretty purple. I really love something a little dark and bold. I also have some dianthus in here. This is the annual dianthus, and it's really pretty. I need to come and deadhead this a little bit, but we've got a few blooms in here, but they're really pretty, just having that little addition of pink. This is the same thing in this container, just mirrored, and as you can see, those little budworms are really having a heyday. And look how pretty. So pretty much all the same flowers, but my favorite are these frilly Priscilla. They're so pretty. I love them. And the Mizu, which is kind of getting swallowed up, so I might cut these back a little bit more as well. And here's the persimmon. So they're doing pretty well. Let's look over here at this container. This container's doing better. It's really full. I am actually getting some little blooms, but it did also have budworm issues. So I'm starting to get fuller flowers, which is really nice. These are so pretty. These are like, I think they're a Quicksilver. I'll put the variety on the screen, but they're so pretty. I really love this container. It's turned out so nice. I think when I come back in town, I'm just gonna cut these back because they're getting a little leggy. I'll just come, here, let me back up. I'll just come and cut back here and let them put more energy into blooms, because I do think they are putting a lot of energy into the foliage, and I think that might help. So that might help refresh them a little bit. But this has been one of my favorite containers. I absolutely love it. We have the Bacopa, and then we also have, I think it's a purple and a white. I think those are the same flower. And then we have this petite licorice vine here. So really pretty, really full, and love this pink color. So over here by our outdoor fireplace, we have the Serendipity Allium, which is really starting to come into bloom. One of my favorite plants. So pretty. You can see I have it up here in a spot and also over here. I like to have a little repetition, so those are fun to have in the yard. I definitely want to add some more. They're just really fun flowers. And I like that they bloom when everything else is getting a little worn out. Then we have the Tiara Blue Super Tunia. They're not quite as vigorous as the pink, but I do love the color. I think if I use them again, I'll kind of learn that I need to really fill in the area and get a bigger impact. I've learned that I really need to do more of that to fill my space, but it's really pretty to look out here and see this anyway. My garden's fairly new and things are starting to fill in, and pretty soon it will be fuller, but right now it's just a little sparse. I also have the Super Tunia White. What is that one called? I can't think of the name. And that's the one that's more vigorous. I'll put the name on the screen. I also have the Medusa potato vine, and I'm really loving it. It's really fun. I can't wait till it kind of fills in this space over this rock. And then I don't have any more blooms left on my Evelyn rose, but maybe I'll insert a little video. It's been one of my favorites this year out of all the new ones that I've gotten. It's really pretty. Can't wait for it next year. It's gonna have a ton more blooms, I think. Around here we do have some coneflowers and the beautiful opalescence phlox. Look how gorgeous that is. I just love that plant so much, and they bloom forever. I'm just kind of thinking of this area and how I need to add more pines and evergreens. So I want to fill some spaces with those, but man, that combo together is so pretty. I absolutely love that so much. And then we have a few daisies peeking out underneath the pine tree, which is kind of fun. But other than that, there's not too much going on back here. But just a little bit of color. Going up on the top side of this bed, I have this gorgeous hosta. I don't know the variety, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. I love how it's pretty cool tone, and it just does really well. It doesn't burn so much like a lot of others do in our area. And then another view here of these, I'll put the name on here. It's a Monrovia, and it's really pretty. It's like a light lime green with even a hint of green in these petals that look almost white. And next to the phlox, it's just really stunning. And also next to the queen nectarine hyssop. So this is a fun little grouping here that I absolutely love. And then I have a super tunia here. That's kind of slow going. Like I said, I had a delphinium here, and now that that's gone, I need to have something really nice in this space that kind of grounds the area. Then we have some zinnias right here, so pretty. And my violas that I transferred over here are still doing pretty good, especially for this time of year. I think in the spring they're gonna come back really nicely. So I'm really happy about that. Then we have a lady's mantle in here that's bloomed, and now it's just kind of here. And I love it. See how the water kind of balls up on it. So fun, love this plant. I have this little lime hydrangea, and I love it. For some reason, it's a little small this year. I don't know why it's not giving me as many buds, but it's just so pretty. I really love it. I planted some Toto Lemon Rudbeckia and some Blue Vein Super Tunia. I think this probably had budworms too or something. I don't know. It's just not very happy, but I sprayed it and it should be recovering hopefully and giving us some more blooms. But that's really pretty too. Love that combo. Hopefully next month that will be a little bit happier. So there are a few things that are just a little sad, a little tired, but look how fun these daisies are kind of popping up in between this pine tree. So pretty. Okay, moving over here to this pine bed. We've got another hydrangea here that always kind of struggles in this spot with chlorosis. I've treated it a few times, but it's still a little sad. But we do have some blooms on it, and they're starting to open up and get a little bit lighter. I also think this is a little lime, and I have some orange marigolds that I love orange marigolds. They're one of my favorites. I deadheaded these daisies here. They had their flush, and I'm hoping that these violas survive here and come back in the spring. They'll be so pretty. I have this lobularia. Is that how you say it, you guys? Lophilia? Oh my gosh, I'm slaughtering it. I'll put it on the screen, but I just absolutely love it. It's just like a little pop of kind of a bluish purple, which is so fun. And then some more serendipity allium. And look at that fun combo with the Rudbeckia. I definitely want to add more Rudbeckia to the yard this year. When I get back in town, I'm going to plant some more here in this spot and some more under that tree as well. I just love it next to the cool color of the pine tree. One of my favorite things this time of year. My roses aren't giving me a lot of blooms, and this area is even more shady than it was last year. And so they're just having a hard time here. I don't know if this is where they'll end up staying, but we'll see. They're struggling. They're not quite what I envisioned, but we'll see what we do with them. Lots of different pretty color variations going on right now, and some of my annuals that I have are really struggling as well. I was so excited about these Glamifage petunias, and they're just not they're not doing well. They're not thriving. And actually the other day I came in and planted up this jazzberry, and I'm just hoping this kind of takes over the space because it just needs a pop of color. And this area, I was so excited about it, and it's just not turning out the way that I wanted to or that I envisioned. And so yeah, sometimes that happens. I love the beautiful mugo pine, and these are the types of things that I really want to add this year. And I think I'm going to get rid of some of my daylilies because I don't really like them. And don't you just love that with the rocks? I'm definitely a mountain girl, and I want to add more pines this fall, so that's what I'm going to focus on. And this boom chocolata geranium's reblooming. So pretty, love that purple. This is brand new, and so it's not quite super full, but I can't wait to see what it does for us next year. But love the purple with the orange. I was trying out this white salvia and it's doing okay. I really haven't paid too much attention to it or given it any extra water. I feel like this hill maybe needs a little more water than I have been giving it. So things are just not quite as pretty here, but it still looks nice. It's okay. And then coming up here, I have this sparkling amethyst superbena that's in its lull period. They tend to do that sometimes. And my catmint is coming back with a new flush after I cut it back. My Gara is still going. I just love Gara in this part of the garden because it blows around in the wind and is so beautiful. And love this pine here. I think this is like a bird's nest, something type of pine, and I absolutely love it, and I want to add more of those types of things in the garden, like I just said. Some more serendipity allium. Isn't that so pretty? I have some coneflowers that have kind of faded out, and like I mentioned, this area is turning into a more shade area, so things aren't quite doing as well, and these have kind of lulled out, but they were really pretty when they were kind of in their prime, but they're kind of past their prime right now. But look how pretty that allium is. One of my favorites, and it does pretty well in dry soil as well, and they always have pollinators on them. Look at that. Oh, I just love that plant. But this is a pretty view too. Over here by the creek, we have our other roses, my Atlas roses, that have given us just a few more blooms. And then things over here have been kind of sad. These died back. These are the bachelor button, but they are kind of rooted in and they're giving us new sprouts. So I think next year they'll make us a little happier. We'll see. And then I'm a little bit worried about my tree peony. I don't know what's happening to it. It's getting a little sad, but I've been watering it a little bit more, and I just hope it survives because it was kind of expensive and I just want it to thrive here. We'll see. In this area, we have planted some fun things. Piper's spotting some ducks coming down. Let's see if we can see them. There's a group of like 12 or 13 that have been together all summer and all spring. And they're so cute. Let's see if we can get closer. You see them? There's 3. But we've also got some zinnias. Like I said, I love these lower kind of ground zinnias. They're so pretty, and I've loved them next to the creek. And these salvias are doing really nice too. Everything's a little bit small because it's really dry here, and I've been gone so much, they really haven't gotten as much water as they probably need. But look, they still look good. I think they're gonna look really good in a month or two when it cools down just a little bit. But this area is really nice. I like that I have this little pine right here too. Definitely need to add more here in this area. So let's work our way around the creek here. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll go up to the top of this and then we'll work our way through the creekside bed. So right here, this area is looking pretty good. Actually, I'm really happy with it because the soil here is really, really crummy. And this year, things are doing a little bit better. So that has been really nice. I did have some daisies in here that have bloomed and I cut back. They had some aphids, so I cut them all the way down to the ground, at least one of them. But everything else is giving us really nice color, especially with the different varieties of heuchera and heucherella in here, the different colors. I really love this surefire white begonias, and this lobelia, I think I said it right that time, is so pretty with everything. Even though this area gets quite a bit of shade, it's it's nice. I'm happy with it because this area usually struggles, but I think it looks really nice. I do want to add some more height in here though. I've decided, because I think you can still see the creek in certain areas, and it definitely needs to be more grounded, so I'm going to get some more pines for this bed too, and probably get rid of that lamb's ear. But everything's looking pretty green and lush as much as it can in the month of July. It gets so hot and dry here. So let's work our way down here and we'll go through the forest area. Things have struggled here. I do love this. I think it's like the moonbeam or moonlight coleus, and it's a baby plant. And it's doing pretty good. I do think this is going to do a lot better next year. This can be pretty drought tolerant, and this area is so dry. So this gomphrena isn't doing super well because it's been so hot and dry, and I've just kind of let things just be the way they are. And so over here we have another one of these type of hostas. Love them so much. And then this area is a little more shady than it was last year. I have this Superbena pink cashmere, which I absolutely love, but they're kind of taking their time, and they will if they're not in complete full sun. That's kind of just how they are. So we'll see how they do. And then some zinnias that are kind of sad too. I don't know why. Get happy, guys. Come on. I don't have time to make everything super happy, but everything else looks pretty good, so we can't complain too much. And then in here, I'm loving this area. It's starting to fill in. I want to fill this with ferns. So this fall, I'm also going to be planting a lot of ferns in here. A lot. I want a lot. I came in here and kind of raked up my chat, and I'll do the video of that. Oh, there's a muskrat. It just went in that hole. Did you see it, Piper? I saw it run down there. It's hiding from you. She's going to be digging in that mud in a minute. I'll guarantee you that. But the chat looks so much better and so much cleaner. I'll put that video up after my garden tours. Oh, yep, here she goes. Piper, don't get all muddy. She's going to. We're just going to let her. But anyway, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It just looks so much cleaner. These trees are kind of messy and the dirt kind of runs down this hill, and so we kind of have issues with it. But look how lush this is. You guys, if you would have seen this 2 years ago, you'd be amazed at how lush it is. And while it does have that vinca in here, and I'm kind of nervous about it, it is the vinca minor though, so I'm not quite as afraid of it, but I'm still a little scared of it. It's making it look more lush, and I do have to pull it back quite a bit, so I have been doing that, but in general it just looks really good in here. I'm really happy with it, with the hostas especially. I mean, during the day in the heat and when it's dry, it does not look this lush. It looks kind of sad. That's kind of how it is in the month of July, but with that vinca, it just really helps with that. There it is. The plant that I'm kind of scared of, but I really love. And yeah, so not much else to show in here, just how beautiful and green things are looking. I've added a few new things this year as well. I've added these little pig squeak, is that what they are? And I love them. And these cool tone hostas. And then the serendipity allium up there is so pretty. I'm gonna change this area too. This whole area needs an overhaul. This hill is very hard, it's very dry, it's a little nutrient deficient, and so I struggle with it, but I'm trying all kinds of plants. Brenna is one of my favorite shade plants though. I absolutely love it. Not much else to see here. I have this is a quick fire hydrangea, gets part sun. But it still does pretty good. I just love how petite and little it is. It's so cute, especially next to my Brenna. So that's doing good here. I have some surefire white begonias in here that are in shade, so they don't get a ton of blooms, but they're doing the best that they can. One of my favorite plants is this Conocloa. Is that how you say it? I think so. But I just love it. I've talked about it a lot, but it's one of my favorites. And then everything in here is trying its best too. It doesn't get water over here, so I have to supplement water there, so it's doing okay. And then I have my Supertunia Bordeaux up here, which I absolutely love the color. They're not quite as vigorous as the Supertunia Bubblegum, but I just still love them. They're creeping their way along. They're getting there. And this is the area that has some geraniums that's struggling a little bit because it's so dry and I've been gone so much. And then I have some fun things up there in my cut flower garden that we'll take a peek at. My lisianthus, as you can see, is finally starting to bloom. My status and my sunflowers. And guess what? I never took any inside because I like them out here. I'm not a cut flower girl. Now, this is not my yard, so this is my yard. So I have this Poco Monrovia, what is this called? I don't know, poker bush. I need to get more here. I absolutely love it. And then I have these 1 in a million echinacea from Proven Winners, so pretty. And I love it as a combo with the denim and lace Russian sage. This variety stays a little bit more compact and I like it, and it's perfect here next to my stairs. And then in here I have a Rose of Sharon, and it's the blue one. Can't quite think of the name, and the blooms kind of close up at night, so you can't see any, but it's a gorgeous blue color. I'll try to take some video footage of that in the morning when it's more open. But I love that blue with the Superbena pink cashmere. Look how pretty this is. Oh my goodness. I love this plant. And it's just going crazy in here. It gets more sun here, so it's just a lot happier than where it is in other areas in my yard. And my mizu, which I absolutely love. Look at this. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So that's really happy there. And then my window box. If you watch my previous videos, I keep kind of cutting this back, trying to contain it, and it's just kind of wild. She's kind of wild. And we've got some dianthus back here. You can barely see some status. We have these yellow flowers. I'll try to put the name of everything. Then we have this, I'll put the name of everything because I'm just kind of blanking right now. Fuchsia, we have some orange snapdragons. We have these gorgeous pink salvia. And we have this velvet, royal velvet supertunia, and lots of fun things in here. So this has been pretty happy. I love all the color variations. I really wanted to go with more color, and so it's been really fun. We've also got the Dichondra Silver Falls, which is really thickening up and is so pretty. And it's just been really fun. Really love it. Okay, let's check out the cut flower garden. We've got some pears on our pear tree, which are so fun. Cannot wait for those. We have not got any pears yet on that tree. And look at these lisianthus. Oh my goodness. You know how long I've been working on these? Since like March. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go out of town, and when I come back, I think they're all gonna be blooming, and it's gonna be so pretty. I cannot wait. So we'll definitely show you guys that when I get back in town. So pretty, look at that. I love it. And then this purple status, which has been really fun. I really need to come in here and cut this all back so we get new stalks. And the white status, so fun. And then all my sunflowers, which are pretty much done. I need to come back in here and cut them down and plant more. So I have some this fall, but so pretty. Oh, I love these. What variety is this? This is the Voyage Champagne. I can't wait to see the lavender. Oh, I can't wait to see the other varieties. What's this one? This is the pink, just the Voyage Pink. You chasing stuff down there, Piper? Getting all muddy. I love them. I can't quit looking at them. So that'll be a fun treat when I get back in town. Let's peek over here at our hydrangeas. They're doing happy. They always get a little crisp at this time of year, but they're doing pretty good. Love this hedge as I look out my window outside. It just makes me happy. Really fun. These are the Incredible hydrangeas. Highly recommend them. They're 2.5 years old. And then we have our shed pots, which are really fun. I cut back some of these elephant ears because they were getting huge and blocking a lot of light. So in these pots, we have the Catalina Midnight Blue Terrenia, which I absolutely love. And then we have the Illumination Apricot Tuberous Begonias. So pretty, giving us more blooms, and I love how trailing this is. Then we have the Surefire Rose Begonias here. We have the Electric Lime Charged Up Coleus, then the French Quarter Coleus, Carolina Sweetheart Jet Black, Sweet Potato Vine. We have some Asparagus Fern. Then we have some Diamond Frost Euphorbia, which is trying to keep alive in here. Then some Lamium, which is just absolutely beautiful, hanging down the sides. And I'm really happy with this pot. It's been really, really fun. Did I miss anything? I did have a Sensational Lemon, but that kind of fizzled out over here on the side. But so pretty. Love the pink and the purple together with the orange. Such a pretty combination. And of course we have the same thing on this side, but this tuberous begonia looks a little more yellow, which is kind of interesting, but I'm pretty sure they're the same variety. And the Surefire Rose Begonias hanging out here. And the Terrenia, so pretty. So same things in here. Cut back some of this elephant ear and just really happy with these because they're pretty much shade pots. And then coming back along this way, we do have some proven winter sunflowers. These are the, I can't remember. They're doing the best that they can in this really dry soil. This area needs an overhaul. I'm really tired of this yarrow. I don't like it. Definitely going to change that. Love the Serendipity Allium. You can see how happy and vibrant they are out here. Absolutely love them. So more of those sunflowers. I think they'll just continue to get bigger and bigger. Love this Ajuga in here. It's really filling in. I have planted quite a few of those Senorita Proven Winners plants, and they're just not doing that great in my yard. Maybe it's too dry here, I'm not sure, but they're just not super happy. But everything else is looking pretty good. I've been doing some things to treat my pine trees because they are looking a little sad, at least some of them. So we're just doing the best that we can. Not anything too exciting in here. I do have a Super Tunia bubblegum that I popped in a little later just because I was kind of missing it and I wanted it in a little spot in my yard, so I have it here. And it gets maybe 2 hours of sun, so it's a little bit slow. And some more of those white that also had budworms. You gotta spray, guys. So they're not giving us a ton of blooms, but you can still look out here and see the white. Really, really pretty. So we're fine with that. Let's take a look at this on the other side here. So pretty with that purple underneath. I wish it would hurry up and grow a little faster, that sparkling amethyst Superbena. But I love the purple with the white. Look how beautiful those white swan marigolds are. So easy to plant from seed. You could even just throw seed out there and they'd probably do really well. Love them. Definitely going to use them more in my yard because, as you can see, this time of night they really just glow, and I can just see myself popping them in different spots in the yard. I just absolutely love them. One of my favorite things I have started from seed this year. So fun. And then this container is doing really, really good. We have the Black Cherry Super Tunia, Fuchsia, we have the Superbena Peach, the Royal Velvet Super Tunia, we have more Terrenia, which I absolutely love, and the Saffron Finch Super Tunia with the yellow in there, so that's kind of fun. Some Salvia and this Medusa. And let me just show you the habit of this Medusa. I love the habit of it, and that's why I got it, because I heard that it does kind of stay more compact, and it's so fun. It's so frilly, and this container is kind of just exploding, which I absolutely love. I have some geraniums here, and then here's my rose, which is doing pretty good here. This is my Lady of Shalott that I cut back quite a bit, but look how beautiful that peachy pink is. Absolutely love it. This is one of my rebloomers, and it's just a fun rose. I love it. So yeah, have some lavender next to it, which I absolutely love. And then this part of the garden will be part of the next garden tour, so you guys can see that. There's a few changes that we made in here, and we have some dahlias that are starting to grow back there, so that's really fun. So make sure to check that video out. But I think that will do it for this garden tour. Let's take one more look at these because they're so pretty. And this time of night is just just absolutely stunning. I just love this rose so much. And that is it. Hope you enjoyed it. And I have to also say that I love these Russian olive trees. Even though they're kind of junk trees, the sage color that they bring in our yard is just one of my favorite things. So while they're kind of junky, I still love them. And this is a good time of day to kind of see that color difference in a yard that has just a lot of green. So it's really, really nice. Thanks so much for joining me as we do our yard tour. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It's nice to see things just really filling in. I'm really loving the color combinations, especially here. It's been so fun, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you in my next garden tour. Thanks, guys. Bye.